Hi lovely people, welcome back to my tutorial for today. I sincerely appreciate you guys from my heart. Thank you for your love, thank you for your support, and please, if this is your first time, kindly help us by hitting on that red icon to subscribe, and also touch the notification bell to be the first to be notified whenever I upload a new video. And please watch the ADs. So in our today's class, we shall be looking at how to make a very free dress, a one shoulder dress. Okay, all right. So to be having a ruffle at the sleeve and at the down part. So here I have a 2 yards of Ankara fabric, and the length of my dress is 40 inches. So because of the ruffle at the down part, I'll be taking away 4 inches. So here I have 36 inches plus 1 inch for my joining. Okay. So from this place, I take my bust point measurement, which is 12 inches, my half length 17 inches, and my hip line 26 inches. Okay. So from those folded parts, I'll be taking our shoulder measurements. So this dress, the sleeve and the shoulder will be cut together. Okay. So the sleeve I'm working with is 6 inches. So it's either you take the measurement together or you just take your shoulder measurement and add it up to the sleeve measurement. So here I'll be using 6 inches for my sleeve. So 6 plus 6 will give us 12 inches plus 16 to give us 28 inches. Okay. So when I divide the 28 by 2, it will give me 14 inches. So here I'll mark my 14 inches. Okay, then I'll add extra 1 inch for the joining. Okay, making it 15 inches. All right. I'll also determine my neckline, my neck width. I'll be using 7 inches for the neck width. Okay. So the armhole I'm working with, I'll first come down here by 1 inch. So the armhole I'm working with is 18 inches divided by 2 to give us 9 inches. So here I'll mark 9. I'll add half an inch to it to make it 9.5. Okay. All right. So I'll just make a straight line here to connect it. Okay. Then I'll connect my shoulder slope. Okay. So here I will take my bust measurement. The bust I'm working with is 42 inches divided by 4 to give us 10.5. And I'll use half an inch for my ease and 1 inch for our seam allowance. Okay, so the waist I'm working with is 36 inches divided by 4 to give us 9 inch. And I'll use 1 inch for my ease and 1 inch for our seam allowance. Okay, the hip I'm working with is 48 inches divided by 4 to give us 12 inches. And here I will use 1.5 for my ease and 1 inch for my seam allowance. Okay, sorry, for the waistline I'll add extra half an inch for my ease. Okay, initially I marked 1 inch, but I'll be adding half an inch to make it 1.5 and 1 inch. Okay. Okay, all together here I have 14.5 inches. Okay, so coming down to my hemline, I'll mark 15 inches instead of that 14.5. So I'll connect it. Okay, for my armhole, I'll come down here by 1 inch. Then I'll connect this from this now to this 1 inch. Then down. Okay, so I'll just go ahead now and cut this out. So these are 7 inches now. I'll just hold it together and notch it out so that it will guide us when we are stitching. So we're going to stitch out from this place now to this notched point. Okay. I'll just separate this, the back and the front. So for the front depth, if you like, you can just leave your neck this way, but I want to remove something from the front part of my neck. Okay, so from the front, for the depth of the front neck, I'll be using, I'll come down by 2 inches. Okay, I'll come down by 2 inches. So I'll just connect those 2 inches to this 7 inches here. So after that, I have this. Okay, so this is the front and this is the back. They can also decide to remove like half an inch or 1 inch from the back, or you can leave it this way. Okay, all right. So what I'll do now is to use half an inch to hold up the shoulder. Then after that, I will make my ruffles. I'll just get a straight fabric, then fold it at the sleeve before closing it off with 1 inch. Okay, all right. Let me just join the shoulders, then come back and show you the neckline. Okay, I've hold up my two shoulders, and remember initially I took away 2 inches from the neck depth at the front part of the dress. Okay, then at the back I didn't take away anything at initial time. Okay, but when I checked it after joining the shoulders, I didn't like the effect. It was as if the neck is too high, so I took away one and a half. Okay, making it 3.5 inches from the front. Then the back, I took away half an inch from the back. Okay, so it's subject to adjustment. That is why I always like joining my shoulders first before piping the neckline, so that when I test it, if I didn't give me what I want or what I like, I can be able to adjust it. Okay, so now after joining the shoulders, I have my 1 yard. Just cut out 1 inch. okay, for my piping. And you can also make use of your bias, okay. You can also make use of a bias to tape out the neck, or you make use of the same fabric, okay. So I'm using this for the piping of the neck. All right, here I have a piece of the fabric that I'll be using for the ruffles at the sleeve part of the dress, okay. So here I'll just open this up. I'll just open up the sleeve this way at the front face of the dress. I'll just put here, starting from this part, okay. Then I'll just split it, just gather it, okay, to the end. That is what I will do for this, and I will do it for the second one also. Then I also cut out a stretch fabric for the down part, okay. I cut out something that I know will be enough for what I want. So I didn't actually measure this, so just cut out what you know that can give you what you want, okay. All right, so here I have my 4 inches, and I've also folded the mouth, okay. So this other side will be the one that will be attached to the down parts of the dress, okay. And I've also cut out my pocket. So after making the ruffles at the sleeve part, then I'll shape it up using the 1 inch that we left for our seam allowance, okay. So I'll just shape it up with that 1 inch, okay. So from my armhole, I will just take 6 inches downwards. Then I will insert my pocket at the both side. As you can see, this dress is very easy and simple, and it's also very beautiful. Just try it on and you will like it, okay. All right, so maybe I'll just go to the machine, because I've been getting some comments on for me to show the sewing part. So maybe I'll go to the machine and we'll do the taping together, for those of us that don't know how to tape our neckline. Okay, turning to the right face of the dress, okay. I'll just start from one edge. I'll just start from here. Then I'll turn to the back face of this fabric. So just put it down here and sew it up. Okay. Okay, this is how I will do it till I go round the neck. Just sew it up. Okay, so after sewing it round, we have this. So what I will do next is to just turn this to the back side, okay, like this. I'll just turn it this way. Okay, just turn this, fold it into two, then I will fold again. Okay, so I will have this. All right, so I'll just try to use it and cover up the sewing at the back, so we have a neat neck. So I'll just go around again and do it the same thing and stitch it round. I will just make sure I guide it properly, then stitch it all around. So after the piping, we have this. Okay. So the next thing now is to attach the ruffles at the front part. So turning to the right face of the dress. I'll sew this way. Let the fabric be facing the dress so that after that I can turn it this way. Okay, so I'll start to stitch and I'll be making my gather little so that it will fit the sleeve. Okay, all right. Okay, so after joining the sleeve, we'll have something like this. Okay, I didn't make it to be that much full. Okay, all right. So what I will do now is to fold it using the back face, then I will sew it up using 1 inch that we left for our allowance. Okay, I'll just use my 1 inch to shape it up till down. Remember that we were attaching a pocket to it. So when I reach at from here, I will just measure my 6 inches. Then I will leave my from that 6 inch. I'll just mark 7 inches. Then leave it for where my pocket will be sitting. Then I'll now close it up. Okay. Just mark the 1 inch. Okay, so I'll just run it down. Okay, so this is the result of our dress. So thank you so much for watching to the end. Till we meet in my next class. Love you all.